here today at Four Sisters Soap and Tea Emporium. Melody's going to tell us lots of things about teas today because we're having all kinds of stressful events going on with Christmas and the holiday season. So, Melody, thanks for joining us today.
Well, thanks so much for coming back. This has been great.
So, we all have got the stress of the holidays to happening. So, if you come in and you're like, okay, I don't need any caffeine to keep me awake tonight. I need a good night's rest. Tell me some of the advantages of the different types of teas that you guys have.
Well, we do have actually special tisanes that do help you sleep. They're herbal. There's no caffeine in them. And one of them actually used to be called Sleep Like a Rock. They did change the name last year, but it really does help get you to sleep. It has natural herbs in it, like valerian root and lavender and things like that, that help not only put you to sleep, but keep you asleep.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, how do you just tell people about it? Do you write it down for them? How do they know? Because there's lots of different types of teas.
Yeah, we basically try to go to each individual customer and see what they're looking for and what they need. Some people do want an extra kick this time of year to keep them going. Yeah, they do. So we have one that's called Jumpstart. It's got 3 different kinds of caffeine. And caffeine is a very unique subject, and it's very unique to tea. So a lot of people know about coffee caffeine. We kind of talked about that before. There are actually 4 different kinds of caffeine. The type of caffeine that is in tea is very unique, and it has an extra chemical element. It's actually an amino acid called L-theanine. L-theanine actually affects the neurons in the brain and helps you relax. So while the caffeine part of it makes you alert, the L-theanine helps you relax. It actually hits the pleasure sensors of your brain that they produce actual natural endorphins and things like that. Mm-hmm. So you'll be relaxed and less stressed feeling, and it helps you really to calm down while not necessarily going to sleep. It doesn't have that sedative effect.
Okay. So you won't get the jitters from it, because sometimes caffeinated beverages, you can overdo it and it'd be all jittery.
Exactly, and coffee's a good example of that. Now, we all still like our coffee, but the caffeine that's in coffee definitely gives you that push, but also makes you very jittery and a very nervous feeling. And then you have that crash with coffee that you don't have with tea.
Well, so whether you want a relaxed atmosphere or you do want that jump start, this is the perfect place. They can educate you, tell you everything that you need to know, and show us what you're drinking right now and how you made that.
Right, and this is a green tea. This is called Jade Oolong, and I just want to show you it's a whole leaf. So this is actually what tea looks like. It doesn't come in little bags and it's all chopped up like it'd gone through the lawnmower. These are real leaves, and these are very high quality tea leaves. You would steep these many times, 4 or 5, 6 times. Actually, a lot of people throw that first steep away because there's not enough extraction from that leaf. Okay. With this one, this is my second time steeping it, so I can still steep it several times. But each time you're getting off of this tea leaf all the different positive effects. There's, besides just the relaxing part of the L-theanine, it has other positive health effects. Many people take it for Alzheimer's, to prevent cancer. There's all kinds of things that it releases in the brain to help your health.
So most of the time we see green tea as a little, I should say, more green, but this is a little lighter. Is that because you have only steeped it the first time?
Right. It only steeped the first time. Also, when you buy the packaged green tea, they're selling you a product, so they're adding some color or something to it. And really, the ones that are prepackaged are very, very low quality, and you're not getting any of the health benefits as you would from something like this. And there are many different kinds of green tea. We have probably about 20 different kinds of green tea. Some of them are super grassy green. One of them's kind of an emerald color. So there's just different kinds. This one particularly was a very light color. The lighter the tea is, actually the higher quality it is. So the white teas are your highest quality there is.
So how long do you steep this type of tea? Are there different times? Do water temperatures matter?
It sure does. Green tea you would obviously steep at a lower temperature because it is a more pure form of tea. So if you steeped it at boiling water temperature, you'd be extracting too much essential oil. It would be very bitter. So you want to do it at 185. Each one of our packages has that on it. It'll tell you the exact water temperature and how long. 3 to 5 minutes is about perfect
for beginners.
For everybody.
Everybody.
And even experts. Each tea is different. So we always go by what that. Even with green tea, some depending on where it came from and what type it is, if it's Japanese, if it's Taiwan, if it's from China, to how it's processed makes a big difference in how you steep it. So for each one, we let you know and write on the package. And we steep in here in something called a simple brew pot. We put our leaves in there. These are whole tea leaves. And You add your hot water, you would pour your tea out, and all your leaves stay in there so you can steep it many, many times, which is what you want to do, especially with your green tea.
And it's more economical that way, too.
It's a lot more economical. It's a lot healthier. You're really getting a true tea beverage and not something that's chemically made and prepackaged.
So how long could you use these leaves? 4 or 5 times?
At least 4 or 5 times. And that kind of comes down to individual preference. Some people, 4 times is good, 5 times they can go. Some people say, no, that's, not the flavor I'm looking for. So it's kind of a flavor thing. You're always getting a benefit off of them each time.
Now, we live in the South, so I'm sure a lot of people are like, can I add sweeteners or different lemons? Can they do that? I'm sure they can.
They sure can. Lemon is actually really good to add to your tea. It actually multiplies the time that the antioxidants stay in your system by 3. So if you add lemon to your tea, it's really an added health benefit. A lot of people add honey. Now, green tea, typically you don't want to add anything sweet to it, but it's a taste thing. We don't tell people how to drink their tea. If they want to add, sugar to it, honey or sweetener, they're sure welcome to it. It's their own personal preference.
Well, I love the idea that so many of these teas have health benefits. So if someone's on some type of medicine, you can say this tea might help you in this category. Not that we're saying you guys are doctors or anything like that, but just the natural benefits.
Right. There's a lot of natural benefits, and as variant as there are different teas, so are the benefits. So if you have a specific issue, it's always good to ask, what's good, what can I use for that, or what will help me or aid me in that. If you are taking medicine, there is no tea that's going to interfere with that typically. So you have a lot of positive benefits without any negative side effects as you would, from some type of chemical drugs or chemical pills.
Right. Now, I'm admiring all these mugs behind us, the teapots or the coffee mugs. I guess they're for whatever you'd like to use them for. They're beautiful.
Thank you. These are actually made for us. We commissioned a local artist, Crimson Duvall, and she is a potter and a sculptor, so she hand sculpted. The handles are different parts. Each one is unique and individual. There's no 2 alike. They have our name on them and our phone number, and you get these free when you're a member of the World Tea Club that we have here at Four Sisters.
Oh, that's fantastic. And you say world, so you can ship those anywhere. Tea can go anywhere.
It sure can. We import, of course, from all over the world, and we also ship out all over the world. Shipping in the United States is free on our tea, not internationally, but you can still order it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do that. They buy, at Christmas time, they'll give someone the gift of world tea. They get sent 4 little packages, different packages of tea each month. So each month they're excited to open their World Tea Club package and see what different teas they're getting.
Right. So how do they become a member of this club?
Well, if you're here local, you can come in and you get a sheet to fill out. If you try 55 different teas in 1 year, then you're automatically a member. You get a free mug, a free T-shirt that says Four Sisters World Tea Club, and 15% off tea the rest of your life. If you're not local, like I said, you can order the tea club online. Every month you'll be automatically shipped a package of tea, and we make sure at the end of the year you've had your 55, and then you'll be sent your mug and T-shirt.
Wow, that's a wonderful idea for teachers, for parents, for an aunt and uncle, or some type of gift that you need, because it's very unique, and who doesn't love tea? Now, someone's probably going to write in and go, I don't like tea, but they need to come try all the different flavors, don't they?
A lot of people have never really tried tea. I've had a lot of people come in and say, I don't like tea. They've had, the tea bags, or they've had just the black or the brown. And they've never really had a good green or even a good red. Oolong is popular everywhere we go. When we take it and let people try it, they're surprised at the smoothness and the flavor that they're getting from these teas. So it's so broad of a subject. You can't say tea tastes the same everywhere. It's very different. If it's green or white or black, it's not going to taste anything similar to each other. So you just have to find the right tea.
Right, and so many of us are used to going out to dinner at a restaurant, and it's typically like an instant tea or something like that. So this is so much better, I can promise you. We've already had it this morning. I want to remind everybody, they don't just sell teas in here. You guys have much more. So tell us, we're not up front, but you can smell it when you walk in the front door, all the different wonderful bath bombs and soaps and things.
Yeah, it's the cornerstone of our business. We started out making the soap and lotion and things from the goat's milk, from the dairy goats we raise on our farm. So we have lots and lots of wonderful soap that's very good for your skin. Lotion, bath bombs, sugar scrubs, coffee scrubs.
Yes, and for men.
Beard oil, beard balm. And new will be coming today or tomorrow into the shop, paw protection for your pet's paws, because this time of year people are throwing ice on the ground and the salt, from the snow, and it really hurts the animal's paws. So you put some of this on there and it'll protect your your best friend's paws from getting eat up with salt in the wintertime.
Wonderful. That's such a great idea because we got to protect our animals too and make sure they come inside out of the weather. But when they do have to go out, this is a wonderful example of something to protect them.
That's right. You know, the cold hurts their feet too. So it's just an extra protection if you're out with your pet a lot. That's right.
Protection. All right, Melody, thank you so much for letting us come in this morning. We've had breakfast, we've had our lattes, and now we're going to go buy some bath bombs and some soap. So thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for coming.
All right, stop in.
Hi, Amanda Markham here with your weekly home selling tip. If you're curious if winter is a bad time to sell your home, I'm here to tell you that it's not. It's actually a great time to sell your home. There's the same amount of buyers that are on the market looking year-round in our area, in our climate, and there's less competition though, which makes your home potentially first to be picked and worth more overall. So winter is a great time to put your house on the market. If you're curious about what your home is worth in today's market, please visit my website, www.kyhomes.co.
A special thank you to our advertisers. Amanda Markham, the new standard in real estate. And First Gear. Call us for advertising.